nice.
Believe it or not, I've been to Disneyland 8 times. And for some reason, every time we go, my parents only want to ride It's a Small World.
They break out the 1995 camcorder, sit at the front row of the boat, and record the same exact video they recorded 3 years ago. The song plays on, never letting up, a constant reminder of where they came from and where they are now.
This is the American dream, to be able to buy $100 tickets for all 3.5 of your children, to walk around the park and see other brown faces walking along beside you, to watch the happiest place on earth become a second home for you and your family. We waited in line, talking to the Filipino family in front of us, and after 15 minutes, we always find that we are somehow related.
We are always looking out for other Filipinos.
We are always looking out for other Filipinos. Funny how we sit there watching the world spin around us as we look for a face like ours, for skin like ours, for accents and stories like ours. But after going through the entire ride, we realized that the only other Filipinos
are the ones sitting beside us.
In It's a Small World at Disneyland, there is only one Filipina doll. You will not find her among the other Asian dolls or the Pacific Islanders. She is placed in the corner between Finding Nemo and The Little Mermaid, a doll left to be immortalized underwater.
As you pass by, you can hear the thoughts they put into her mouth. The demure one, the one who swallows water. They let it fill her up, bloat her up, leave her drowning inside of her own skin. They have submerged her underwater, leaving her to fend for herself with only a flimsy fan in hand.
It's as if they think the only fight she's fighting is the one against the wind, against burdens of Mother Nature and not of white men playing God.
One Filipina.
Because one is enough to represent an entire people bound by the sea.
Is this how they see us? The manifestation of someone else's Filipino stereotype?
Like sin.
3 shades lighter than my grandmother's calloused hands.
Top bun.
Waves and curls tightly restrained, out of sight.
Butterfly sleeves.
Rigid preset curves and manufactured bodies.
Mouth shut.
Complacent in her silence.
What were they telling me? That this single doll left alone underwater is what I'm meant to be? The demure one. A white-faced, ideally proportioned doll.
Looking at the doll, I see a reflection of who I want, no should be, of who my mother, titas, lolas, who the woman I look up to want me to be, of who they themselves wanted to be.
The ideal image of a Filipino woman, a Maria Clara and Imelda Marcos, a steel butterfly.
They remember the shadow faces of farmers, darkened from hours in the sun, arched backs from working in the rice fields.
They didn't want that life for me.
In Manila, pale faces adorn every billboard promoting the latest skin whitening products, sure to make you look like you've never spent a day out in the sun. An obsession with pale complexion, the face of flawless beauty. Sayang,
What a waste.
maganda sana siya,
I could be beautiful,
kaya lang maitim.
except that I am dark-skinned.
I see in my titas pale powdered faces, in the jars of cream and in the bars of papaya soap.
Products that promise to bleach the darkness away, to rid them of the dirt and grime that is their culture.
Notice.
There is only one image of a Filipino woman placed upon the platform in It's a Small World, a pretty little crown upon her pretty little head. Our country has replaced all of the farmers, the fishermen, the teachers, nurses, and nannies with a single image of complacency.
I took a quiz once to see which Disney princess I'd be, and I got Cinderella, the friend of the mice. The pearly white, glossed up, quintessential image of dependence. If I needed my wishes to come true, I wouldn't passively wait for fairies to come out of the night. But I wouldn't even get the chance to. If she had dark skin and black hair like me, her work ethic wouldn't be applauded.
It'd be expected.
We wouldn't sympathize with her plight, her evil stepmothers or worn-down rags. We'd call the fireplaces fields and watch her scrub the dirt out of her skin, playing pretend at a foreign dream. If she had dark skin, black hair, and brown eyes like me, there'd be no ball gown the color of her eyes. Nothing for her to prance around in and pretend is hers, because she's already wearing the remnants of her pride. She's already wearing the gown. They only tore it up and called it rags, so she'd have something else she could work infamously hard for, and they could point to her as the model for dressing the part. Cinderella said to her fairy godmother,
Why, it's like a dream. A wonderful dream come true.
but my dreams don't involve donning white or chokers cutting off my words.
Bombarded with these images of
Light skin,
top bun,
Butterfly sleeves,
Mouth shut.
we learn to aspire for nothing more than to be.
light skin,
Top bun,
butterfly sleeves.
Mouth shut. The ideation of Western creation becomes our fixation. We fervently subscribe to these ideals to become less like ourselves.
escape sun-kissed skin and raven hair, escape flat noses and short statures, escape thicker waists and bony figures, escape the curse of our own bodies.
How do we escape that mentality that who and what we are, that who and what we should aspire to be as Filipinos is an adoption of who and what we aren't, that we must bend and break into some pre-made rigid mold?
Where is the pride in our people if we don't even want to look like our people?
I want to see a doll like me. Dark skin, dark hair, perfectly imperfect figure.
To see women like me is to know I exist.
My skin is the perfect shade of countryside. My hair knots and curls like the tangled vines of the wild rainforest.
my curves are the fruitful mountainsides, my voice roars with the crashing of the sea against the shore, my heart beats in sync with the footsteps of my ancestors.
This is our dream.
To walk around the park and see other brown faces walking along beside us. To watch the happiest place on earth become a second home.
We want to look for faces like ours, for skin like ours, for accents and stories like ours, so that one day we will find ourselves among the dolls that always sing.
This is the American dream.